Coming up on Dine and Dish Nation, you gotta love the steampunk decor. Rusted Crow is a Foxtown favorite for signature craft cocktails and out-of-the-box burgers. Showing some island love straight from the Caribbean, the Jamaican Pot, the perfect destination for authentic jerk chicken, curry goat, and plantain tarts. And here's one smart cookie in the D. It's more than just a bakery. Satisfy your sweet tooth at Detroit Cookie Company.
Hi, I'm Kam Carman. Welcome to Dine and Dish Nation, where we explore the fabulous eateries of Detroit and beyond and celebrate the culinary genius that's feeding America's comeback city. Thanks for being with us as we welcome reviewers from our community who've come together to dish about their favorite local restaurants. Dine and Dish Nation works like this. Every week we ask 3 guests, who are people just like you, to check out 3 local dining establishments. We are not food snobs here. We're just real people talking about real food and offering real reviews. We're here at Wright & Company, where nothing quite says Detroit like this place. High above Woodward Avenue, its eclectic yet historic atmosphere lends even more evidence to the claim that we are a Renaissance city. They are historic meets hip, and we are so proud to call Wright & Company our home base for Dine and Dish Nation. Okay, let's get started. This week we're welcoming Detroit business owner Nick Blaszczyk, Debbie Wynn, who works for the U.S. Postal Service, and Avery Dvongowski, who's a social worker. To kick off today's show, it's the Rusted Crow Gastro Pub in Detroit. Yeah, it's funky, it's fashionable, and there is this out-of-this-world peanut butter and jelly sandwich that has just got to be on your wish list. The sexy steamboat decor only adds to its charm, and without question, you cannot leave the Rusted Crow without sampling those French fries in the tin bucket.
My name is Robert Hetty, and I am the head chef here at the Rusted Crow Detroit. The distillery's been open and running for almost 4 years. I feel like people don't realize it when they walk in, but like these are like bottles of booze, you know. At the other location is where all the distilling and bottling comes. We have vodka, gin, rum, moonshine, and Ginger Devil spiced whiskey, and we have a bourbon that we are waiting on bottles. Each of our liquors are in one aspect of the cooking here. I've been changing the menu about every 3 months, you know. I figure with the season, add in a couple things that people might like and keep around a couple things I know people like. Yeah, just trying to bring like that hard to do home cooked meal to an everyday stranger walking by. I want you to be able to come in, go to a game, but actually get something other than your everyday, you know, like ballpark snack. The decor is completely awesome. 4 people did everything you see, all designed by the owner, Joe Schiebel. He designed everything you see, and like down to like the placement of the paintings and this and that. And his artist, Josh Skeels, painted all the pictures that you'll see on the wall back there. Super talented dude. But yeah, just really impressive like display of interior design, I guess you'd call it. Just a melting pot of everything and everyone kind of putting their ideals into food.
Rusted Crow, first on the list. It's one of the newer restaurants in the area. What did you guys think?
I liked it. I liked it. I had a caprese chicken dish. It was like grilled chicken breast with a caprese cheese on top and artichokes with a balsamic vinaigrette on top of a cauliflower risotto.
Oh my gosh.
So it was a healthy dish and it had a really good taste. All the food was good. The grilled chicken breast was like grilled to perfection. Juicy. That's the word I'm looking for. Juicy and just delicious. Like melt in your mouth juicy. You know. and that balsamic vinaigrette that they put on top of it. And all the vegetables were seasoned very well. And that risotto with the cheese, it was really good. It was creamy and cheesy. And the chicken was cooked, like I said, the chicken breast was cooked to perfection. To be a healthy dish, it didn't taste like it was, you know, a health-conscious dish, but it was very delicious.
Well, those are the best kind, aren't they?
Yeah. Now, my daughter had, which was unusual, and if you can stand to gain a few calories, she had the macaroni and cheeseburger.
Oh, I did
So
see
it's
that
a
on the
burger
menu.
with a deep-fried macaroni and cheese patty on top.
Wow. How can you go wrong, really, with that?
Yeah, so
My
everything
wife
was
would not have been happy if I
enjoyable.
ate that.
What'd you eat, Avery?
I went right for the mushroom and Swiss burger. I always order something with mushrooms on a menu, and it was great. The ratio of mushrooms to burger was perfect.
Oh, awesome.
My burger was cooked perfectly medium. The mushrooms were really flavorful, and those fries were unbelievably tasty. They were cooked really well. I like fries that are crunchy on the outside and nice and soft on the inside.
Me too, right.
And the tin bucket just added to the ambiance. I had a Brussels sprout salad, which had Michigan cherries in it. It was really like surprising and delicious. And then my mushroom and Swiss burger was awesome.
You know what's funny about Brussels sprouts? Everybody's using them now. It's like cauliflower, you know, a couple of years ago. Now it's Brussels sprouts. It's funny. I never would have thought that would be so popular.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
What did you eat?
I had the steak with a spinach and artichoke dip appetizer. It was very creamy. It was very filling. It was phenomenal. The steak came with a rosemary butter, which was just
sounds
to die for. I ordered medium steak. It was cooked to the T. Couldn't go wrong. The rosemary butter just gave it the extra zest. Very delicious, melting in my mouth. So I really enjoyed it.
Perfect.
It was very filling. It was very hearty, and I felt like I was eating a steak back in time because you look right across, you see pictures of Albert Kahn and Gordie Howe.
Right.
That really just made my meal a little more. Not even realizing, I just felt like I was hanging out with these guys eating a meal. It was phenomenal.
And what about drinks? Did you guys have cocktails or?
I did. They make their own drinks. They make all their own liqueurs, which was phenomenal. They had about 20 different drinks to choose from. So everything was just so tasty. Couldn't go wrong whenever you chose.
Anybody have dessert?
No, I
Oh, come on. What's with you guys?
If you count a cocktail dessert, I had a lot of desserts. So
What drinks did you have specifically?
I had a steamsicle. It was like a push pop. It was just so delicious. It felt like dessert in my mouth.
Wow.
Wow.
They're so creative with what they come up with these days. Kids these days are so fun.
Great American gastro food.
Yeah.
Atmosphere, incredible.
It is, isn't
Nothing
it?
like it. I felt like I almost stepped back in time.
It's you know, it is rustic. It's kind of just funky. It's cool.
The name speaks for itself.
Yeah, they call it like a steampunk,
Right.
steampunk looking.
Steampunk, whatever that is.
Everything was like steampunk, even from the handles that for the bathroom doors and things like that. I really love the decor.
And we're on to this week's second venue, the Jamaican Pot. It's a mom and pop pit stop that caters to even its most persnickety eaters. The ginger honey island farm juice and the fresh oxtail not to be taken lightly, even though they're served in simple surroundings.
We started this business about 10 years ago, but first it was in Atlanta. Then we come here because of the death of his father. After the build out, all I have left was $400. So he laughed. And he was like, Rose, $400 can't open up a restaurant. I said, I'm gonna do it and I'm gonna show you. So I take the $400 and I went to Restaurant Depot and I buy what I need for that day. I didn't even have change. I make like $600 that day, first day. So I take that $600, went back, and I do that for like a year and a half, just keep putting it back in there. Our first year, we actually made a profit. We're not all about us. We're doing this for God, we're doing this for ourselves and our kids, you know.
Also, and it was a blessing because our second year in business here in Detroit, we were named by Yelp the #1 ethnic restaurant in Detroit.
And this was without advertisement, it was just word of mouth.
Yes, everything here is natural, all cooked every day, fresh and hot. We don't use Chef Mike, that's a microwave. Everything is cooked on the stove, fresh, every day, no leftovers. One thing about this is the flavor when it comes to Jamaican food. The flavors and the seasonings of Jamaican food is very intense and good for your health. Good for your heart, kidneys, lungs, all types of herbs that we use like garlic, ginger, thyme.
Okay, well, the jerk chicken is done on the grill. You know, it's boneless. Cut it up, and I have like my own little secret sauce. We have it mild, but if you want it spicy, you can get it as spicy as ever. We do the oxtail, which the oxtail you brown it up and then you cook it down, you know, and that take about 2 to 3 hours. We season it with our special seasoning, you know, and then the curry goat, we do it like the oxtail, except we don't brown it, we just cook it down, simmer it in with gravy, you know. And
right, and all these entrees come with 3 sides: red beans and rice, which we call rice and peas, steamed cabbage, and plantains, always sweet.
so you get all 3 sides. We always give
Yeah,
samples.
we give samples. We give out free samples to everyone. If you haven't tasted it, we'll let you taste it. We're confident that you're gonna like it.
We also feed the homeless too. Twice a month we go down to Grand River and Lasher Road, and we stay in the open lot, and we bring the food down there, and we would feed the homeless. Well, you know, we have a lot of people that come in and support us. Without the customers, we can't open our door. So that's what we use to, you know, like give back to the community. Because in Jamaica, we feed each other.
There are a few new Jamaican restaurants in the area, but I think we all agree this one's a winner, right?
Oh yes, for sure.
Tell me what you liked about it.
I had the Jamaican jerk chicken. It was delicious. It tasted like they grilled the chicken on a, you know, like a grill, like a barbecue grill, and then put the Jamaican jerk sauce on top of it. It was delicious. And all the entrees came with rice and beans, these wonderful sweet plantains and cabbage, and all the vegetables. Everything was seasoned really well. Everything was delicious.
What'd you have, Nick?
I had the oxtail.
Oh yeah.
That was recommended by the
You
owner.
go, Nick.
Lucy, the owner, recommended it. She told me her backstory. I said, what one thing should I get on this menu? She told me an oxtail. It was like fall off the bone. I never had it before. It was delicious with the rice and the fresh cabbage. It was just succulent, tasty, a little spicy. It was just phenomenal. I thought like I was in the Caribbean enjoying a meal.
Exactly. Very, very authentic. How about you?
I brought a whole crew of people so I could try a little bit of everything on the menu. So we got the oxtail, the jerk chicken, and I got the goat curry, which was my favorite. And there was so much food, I could eat it for lunch the next day. And it was almost better the next day. It was really flavorful.
Wow.
Just the amount, like just the right amount of spice. The meat was cooked really well and it was really tender. It was delicious.
And dessert-wise too, now I tried the 2 different desserts. They had different cobblers, like a pear cobbler, apple cobbler, and peach cobbler. And so, like I said, the dessert, 2 of the desserts I tried, one of them was that flaky crusted peach cobbler. Oh, it was to die, just like homemade peach cobbler, delicious. And then another one was key lime cake. I've never had key lime cake. And it was so moist and delicious, very tasty. Very.
Awesome. Any dessert for you, Nick?
I did. I had the meat
You
pie.
indulged? Yeah.
I don't know if you consider that dessert, but it felt like dessert to me. It was so tasty, so succulent, delicious. A lot of flavors like bursting in my mouth. I was like, oh my God, I only have one. I wanted to go back and get another one. It was so good.
You could always go back, you know. Right. Did you have dessert, Avery?
We did. We tried the brownie cheesecake, brownie lemon cheesecake. Really flavorful, delicious. It was different than anything I've ever tried before. So I really enjoyed that.
I know the place is kind of it's a stand. You know, it's kind of it's not a sit-down, elegant restaurant, but I think that's what works about that place.
Oh yeah.
They are just real people who want to serve good food and good service.
And that's what she said. We're not fast food, we're real food.
Right.
And that was, they have it right up on the wall too, so you don't expect to be in and out. So.
And they're expanding too. You know, they're getting a new location, and it's going to be a great fit for the community, I think.
I think so.
They're not trying to be anything they're not. It's good food, down to earth. It's always busy. Really, really great spot.
Yeah, and even if you have to wait a little bit, you don't mind the wait because you know you're getting a fresh dish.
You can smell it being cooked fresh right there.
Yeah.
So it's not a chain restaurant, obviously. It's a real mom and pop organization, and that's what we can appreciate about it.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody needs to go see Lucy. It's amazing.
Right. And now for our final eatery, the Detroit Cookie Company. What better way to cap off a great meal than with a colossal cookie? No matter what your taste, the Detroit Cookie Company is spreading the word that cookies, croissants, and coffee are the good carbs.
I am Lauren Ramaya, and I'm the owner of Detroit Cookie Company. So all of our cookies are made with ingredients you'd find in your own home. Real butter, real sugar, eggs, vanilla, flour. We don't use any preservatives. So it's all stuff that you could do yourself, but we put a twist on it and we try to make it a little bit more glamorous. What makes us unique is that we're always coming up with new flavors all the time. We try to come up with at least 3 to 5 different flavors every month. I don't think very many bakeries have banana pudding cookies, so it's kind of like banana pudding in your hand. Our top sellers are chocolate chunk and banana pudding. My personal favorite is our brown butter pecan cookie because I love butter pecan ice cream. The raspberry Oreo cheesecake cookie is very, very popular as well. And then we recently came out with a birthday cake cookie. So it has funfetti cake in the cookie dough with sprinkles, white chocolate chips, and birthday cake chocolate chips. I asked myself, what would the kid me like in a cookie or a dessert? I love like nostalgic flavors and stuff that, you know, maybe my parents wouldn't let me eat when I was younger. So I'm always just trying to think of how to make things in cookie form. So we have a raspberry Oreo cheesecake cookie, and you can't normally eat cheesecake with your hands, but in cookie form you can. We do alternate our flavors and they rotate. We'll have specials on the weekend. It's really what our minds just create and think of. We're always creating something new, so we have about 25 different flavors on any given day. We roast our own coffee, so that's something that we love to do in-house, and as much as we can keep in-house, we try to. But again, we also love to support local businesses, so we're always still trying to do that as well. So I went to school at Wayne State when when we started Detroit Cookie Company, and I initially had dreamed of being downtown. But with all the startup costs and we didn't have very much money to start this business, we kind of just had to take what opportunity was presented to us. We're so thankful that we found Ferndale, and it's the best location for us. We feel home here. We really strive to make it a very happy and amazing experience, and I call it the cookie experience. When you come in here, I want you to be greeted with open arms, and I want your eyes to be bigger than your stomach. So when you're seeing 25 different flavors of cookies, you know, it's overwhelming and it's not something that you would think of yourself or make at home. We have been open for 1 year, September 9th. So it was our first year down, and it has been the most amazing experience.
So everybody's ready for dessert, right? We all went to the Detroit Cookie Company. What'd you think?
It was amazing. I work from home, and it was a spot that I could see myself posting up in for a couple hours and working, enjoying a cup of coffee, and more than a couple cookies.
What kind did you have? They have a lot of variety.
My favorite was the 8 Mile. It's a special right now, and it has Reese's Pieces, M&Ms, and pretzel pieces in it, which are all my favorite things, and it was so yummy. It was a little sweet, a little salty, crunchy, and soft. It was a great cookie.
Perfect combination, perfect blend, right? Everybody else?
I had the s'mores cookie, which is actually, it tastes like really like you're eating s'mores. And it had a marshmallow that was bruleed on top of it. The banana pudding cookie, oh my God, that tastes like a bowl of your mother's banana pudding. That was absolutely delicious. My daughter, she loved the brown butter pecan cookie. That was good.
Yeah, she has the owner has very unique taste. She knows what her customers really want. Not only is it comfortable selections, but she kind of goes out of the box a little too. She experiments.
Definitely.
How about you, Nick?
I had the blueberry peanut butter cookie.
Oh wow!
It was just right to my waist. So it was so good. She let me try a little bit, so I ended up ordering 3 of those, and they were just delicious. So a little blueberry, a little peanut butter combination. It was just unbelievable.
I usually go right for cookies that have chocolate in them, but I tried the birthday cake cookie, and it had chunks of cake batter in it and white chocolate chips, and it was like not too sweet, but just the right amount of sweet.
It was really good. I had it too.
Yeah, they had an apple fritter Twix cookie.
Oh my
where
gosh.
they actually put a whole apple fritter in the cookie.
Oh wow!
Yeah, in the
That's
cookie.
a meal in itself.
And then they had a coffee that I tried. It was Sumatra coffee, which is like an Indonesian coffee. It was absolutely delicious. Very rich taste.
When we go out, we have a satisfying meal. A lot of us want just a really nice dessert afterwards, and I think Detroit Cookie Company provides that.
Sure.
Wide variety.
So
Yeah.
too. Yeah, for sure.
And a big thank you to this week's guests, Nick, Debbie, and Avery. Thank you all for being here. Appreciate your input on all the restaurants we visited.
pleasure.
Why, welcome.
Rusted Crow, thank you. Jamaican Pot as well, and the Detroit Cookie Company for letting us know they are making a difference in Detroit.
And join us next week on Dine and Dish Nation as we visit 3 more Detroit area hotspots. Royale with Cheese, an innovative, unique burger and shake joint inspired by the cult classic Pulp Fiction. Fresh from the hills of Hollywood, Urban Ramen has come to Detroit, and we're nuts about these noodles. And Steak in the City, roast, a refined chop house with upscale everything.
So join us next time for real people, real food, and real reviews right here on Dine and Dish Nation. I'm Kam Carman. Thanks for being with us. You know, there aren't...
We're thinking about getting a distillery cat. I'll put it another way. That's irrelevant.
And to kick off today's show, it is the Rusted Crow. To kick off today's show, it's the Rusted Crow Gastro. On to this week's second venue, the Jamaican Pot. It's a mom and pop pit stop that caters to even most. And on to this week's second venue, the Jamaican Pot. It's a mom and pop pit stop that caters to even its most